I think the uncertainty and the prospect that's coming out of fiscal policy and regulatory policy has been dominating. I think to some extent that might be a relief for the Fed. I think that role of being the only game in town was uncomfortable for them. They cited the asymmetric risks that posed because there wouldn't be no fiscal policy response. And now that you have fiscal policy as part of the equation, I think they feel a little bit more comfortable. And I think that's probably contributed a little bit to their optimism that you saw in December, and I think you've seen in the somewhat hawkish comments recently. So I think that's a fair observation, and I think that probably makes the Fed a little bit more comfortable, actually.
As an investor, you wait to hear their decision. Does it matter to you if they raise rates? Probably not this time around, but a month from now.
Well, absolutely, it matters. But look, I think one thing to point out is all of that fiscal policy and regulatory policy. That's all prospective. That's all stuff that people are talking about that could happen. Maybe sometime in the second half of the year. The lags of that in terms of it impacting the economy are even longer than that. And so I think as investors, it's important to kind of keep that in mind, but to also keep in mind what's going on right now. And what's going on right now is that the backdrop is still fairly unthreatening for the Fed. Inflation's still quite low. We had a disappointment yesterday on the employment cost index. The unemployment rate has stopped falling as fast as it was in 13, 14, and 15. And so even though there's a lot of talk about fiscal policy, again, that's prospective. That's all stuff that could happen 3 or 4 quarters from now. And in the current environment, we just don't think it's that threatening, and I don't think the Fed feels it's threatening either. And there's no reason for the Fed to adjust policy until you see some of that prospective policy actually materialize.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.